The music world is in shock after news surfaced that Beyoncé has reportedly dropped a bombshell about her marriage to Jay-Z. Fans across the globe were already buzzing, but when Nicki Minaj publicly reacted, and yes, laughed at the drama, social media exploded. Every platform, from Twitter to Instagram to TikTok, lit up with speculation, memes, and heated debates about what this could mean for the power couple and the hip-hop industry at large. Nicki Minaj's reaction wasn't just a casual comment. It was bold, unfiltered, and impossible to ignore. Fans immediately questioned, is she just reacting to the news, or is there more behind the laughter? The internet quickly became a stage for breaking down her response, analyzing every facial expression, tone, and social media post. Meanwhile, Beyoncé's revelation sent shockwaves through pop culture, sparking conversations about influence, legacy, and personal life in the public eye. What makes this story even more compelling is the high-profile context. These aren't just any artists. Beyoncé and Jay-Z are global icons, their careers intertwined with music, business, and cultural influence. Nicki Minaj's reaction adds a layer of intrigue, blending celebrity commentary with fan speculation. Every move is being dissected, every post scrutinized, and the narrative continues to grow, leaving fans hungry for answers and eager to see what happens next in one of the most talked-about stories of the year. The moment Nicki Minaj reacted to Beyoncé's divorce revelation, the internet entered a frenzy. Fans were quick to notice that this wasn't just an offhand comment or casual reaction. It was a bold, public acknowledgement from one of the most outspoken artists in the industry. Social media exploded with speculation about her laughter, her timing, and what it could mean for the ongoing dynamics between Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Every clip, every post, and every subtle cue from Minaj was dissected, analyzed, and turned into trending content across platforms. To understand why this moment captured so much attention, it's important to consider the context. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have been one of the most powerful couples in music and culture for decades. Their partnership isn't just personal, it's professional, symbolic, and deeply influential. Albums, tours, and collaborations have set cultural trends, and both artists wield immense influence over music, fashion, and social conversations. Any disruption in their relationship is bound to ripple through the industry, affecting not only fans but other artists, business partners, and even media narratives. Nicki Minaj, in contrast, is known for her fearless commentary and unapologetic personality. She rarely shies away from expressing her opinions, whether through lyrics, interviews, or social media posts. When she reacted to the divorce news, it wasn't simply about amusement, it was also a reflection of the culture of celebrity commentary in modern hip-hop and pop. Audiences are accustomed to seeing stars weigh in on each other's lives, and Minaj's reaction served as both entertainment and a subtle cultural statement. The timing of Minaj's response was crucial. Beyoncé's divorce revelation was a carefully crafted public moment, intended to convey agency and narrative control. By reacting in real time, Minaj inserted herself into a global conversation, ensuring that her voice was part of the story. Fans noticed everything from her tone, the emojis she used, to the timing of her post. Social media users quickly dissected every element, creating a multi-layered narrative where Beyoncé's personal decision intersected with Minaj's public persona. Analysts and industry insiders weighed in, highlighting that public reactions from peers can significantly influence fan perception. When an artist like Minaj reacts in a bold and public way, it amplifies the narrative, adds intrigue, and invites speculation about alliances, rivalries, or subtle commentary on industry politics. For Beyoncé, this adds another layer too. An already complex narrative, blending personal developments with professional and cultural implications. Fans immediately jumped into discussion threads, creating a wave of content analyzing the situation. TikTok videos exploded, dissecting Beyoncé's past albums for subtle hints, connecting lyrics to her personal life, and speculating on Jay-Z's next moves. Instagram stories and Twitter threads were filled with theories about Minaj's intentions. Was she laughing at the situation, at Jay-Z, or was it a larger commentary on celebrity culture and public scrutiny? Each interpretation added fuel to the ongoing conversation, turning this event into a digital spectacle. Even though Minaj's reaction might seem humorous on the surface, it underscores a deeper reality about celebrity culture. In today's entertainment ecosystem, public commentary, viral moments, and fan engagement are intertwined. A single reaction can drive conversations, influence media coverage, and shape cultural narratives. For Beyoncé, every statement, post, or reaction, whether hers or someone else's, becomes part of the story that fans, journalists, and commentators follow closely. At the same time, Jay-Z's presence in this narrative adds tension and complexity. Unlike Minaj, he tends to maintain a more measured public persona. His approach often emphasizes privacy, strategy, and careful control of his narrative. This contrast between Minaj's bold public reaction and Jay-Z's calculated restraint creates a dynamic tension that keeps audiences engaged and speculation running. Fans are left analyzing how each individual's response reflects personality, strategy, and potential outcomes in the broader cultural context. The cultural impact of this moment is amplified by the global reach of social media. Clips of Minaj laughing and reacting to the news went viral, reaching millions within hours. Audiences from different continents joined the conversation, creating a multi-layered dialogue that blends fans' speculation, meme culture, and commentary about celebrity influence. Even if no literal conflict exists, the narrative becomes a living story shaped by engagement, interpretation, and discussion. Industry experts point out that moments like these reflect the evolving dynamics of fame and influence. For top-tier artists like Beyoncé and Jay-Z, their personal lives are inseparable from their public personas. Public reactions, especially from other influential artists like Minaj, serve as both entertainment and commentary on power structures, visibility, and cultural relevance. Every post, tweet, or clip is analyzed for potential meaning, and audiences eagerly seek insight into how these stars navigate personal and professional challenges. Interestingly, fans also began speculating about future collaborations and media strategies. Beyoncé's divorce announcement was not just personal news, it was a media event, carefully controlled and widely covered. Minaj's response added a new layer, prompting questions about potential musical commentary, symbolic gestures, or collaborative responses within the industry. Even if nothing materializes, the anticipation itself drives engagement, reinforcing how celebrity interactions influence culture, fandom, and media narratives. Another key aspect of this story is its reflection on modern celebrity dynamics. Public figures operate in an environment where their actions are constantly scrutinized, analyzed, and interpreted. Minaj's reaction demonstrates how influential commentary can shape cultural perception, encourage fan discussion, and even alter the trajectory of public narratives. Beyoncé's response, or intentional lack thereof, further illustrates the strategic control that top artists maintain over their image and narrative. In addition, the meme culture surrounding this event cannot be ignored. Fans and creators took every frame of Minaj's reaction and turned it into viral content, from playful memes to in-depth analysis videos. The blend of humor, drama, and speculation ensures that the story resonates across multiple platforms, reaching audiences far beyond traditional media coverage. This highlights a key point about modern fame. Engagement, perception, and virality are as critical as talent, influence, or accolades. Throughout this unfolding story, one thing remains clear: Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Nicki Minaj are not just entertainers, they are cultural forces whose actions, reactions, and narratives ripple through music, media, and society. Minaj's bold reaction adds intrigue, tension, and discussion to an already high-profile revelation, creating a story that is part personal, part professional, and fully captivating to audiences worldwide. Fans, analysts, and media outlets continue to follow every development. From reaction videos to editorial coverage, every post and comment contributes to a multifaceted narrative that reflects the complex intersection of celebrity, culture, and media in the 21st century. Minaj's laughter might have been just a reaction, but in the digital age, Every reaction becomes part of a much larger story, one that audiences will discuss, dissect, and speculate about for weeks to come. In the next part, we'll explore fan reactions, industry analysis, and the symbolic implications of Minaj's response, diving deeper into how this event reflects power, influence, and strategy in the modern entertainment landscape. Following Nicki Minaj's bold reaction to Beyoncé's divorce revelation, the digital world erupted. Fans didn't just comment, they analyzed every detail, turning this event into a global discussion. From TikTok reaction videos to Instagram threads and Twitter threads dissecting every emoji, every facial expression, and every timing of posts, the narrative became layered, viral, and impossible to ignore. Minaj's laughter, which on the surface seemed lighthearted, carried weight in the court of public opinion. Fans speculated endlessly. Was she laughing at Jay-Z, at the absurdity of the drama, or at the spectacle of celebrity culture itself? Meme accounts and fan pages amplified the moment, creating a mix of humor and analysis that reached millions within hours. This viral momentum highlighted how in today's entertainment landscape, a single reaction from a high-profile artist can ignite multi-platform engagement and discussion. Meanwhile, Beyoncé remained the focal point of analysis. Analysts and fans examined the timing of her announcement, her social media posts, and her public appearances. Many argued that this revelation wasn't just personal, it was a statement of autonomy and narrative control. In an era where celebrity lives are meticulously scrutinized, Beyoncé's approach reflects mastery over both media strategy and public perception. By controlling how and when the information reached the world, she maintained the power to dictate the narrative, even as other public figures like Minaj engaged in commentary. The fan reaction was intense and divided. Some praised Beyoncé's bravery, seeing the divorce announcement as an act of self-determination and empowerment. Others focused on the drama between Minaj and Jay-Z, creating theories, memes, and debates that spanned fan communities worldwide. TikTok, in particular, became a hub for creative speculation, with fans editing clips from Minaj's reactions alongside Beyoncé's music, suggesting narrative connections and creating symbolic interpretations. Instagram Reels and Twitter threads mirrored this trend, amplifying the conversation and ensuring that every aspect of the story remained relevant. Industry insiders pointed out that this episode reflects larger dynamics within the music business. Public reactions, especially from influential peers, can significantly influence perception. When Nicki Minaj reacts in a bold and public manner, it amplifies the narrative surrounding Beyoncé's personal and professional life. Analysts noted that this type of engagement can shape fan sentiment, media coverage, and even the framing of future projects. Every social media post becomes a touchpoint in a complex ecosystem of influence, visibility, and reputation. At the same time, Jay-Z's measured response, or deliberate lack thereof, added a layer of strategic tension. Unlike Minaj, he has historically maintained a controlled public persona, rarely giving in to emotional reactions on social media. This contrast created a narrative tension: Minaj's open, bold response versus Jay-Z's calculated restraint. Fans dissected his every public appearance, lyrical hint, and interview clip for clues about how he might respond, both personally and professionally. This analysis further fueled discussion, turning the story into a multifaceted cultural moment. The story also underscores the symbolic power of celebrity reactions. Minaj's laughter, while simple, became a cultural statement. It illustrated how high-profile artists influence narratives without even speaking directly about the core issue. The humor, timing, and visibility of her response transformed it into a moment that shaped perception, guided conversation, and prompted audiences to examine not just the news itself, but how public figures interact with media, each other, and fans. Fans also began speculating about potential collaborations, musical references, or subtle jabs within songs. Some argued that Beyoncé's next album or release could subtly address the situation, while others suggested Minaj might reference the drama in upcoming tracks or social media posts. Whether these interpretations are literal or symbolic, they demonstrate how audience imagination drives engagement, keeping the story alive far beyond a single announcement. Beyond fan reactions, media coverage amplified the event. News outlets framed Minaj's response as both humorous and telling, exploring the cultural implications and symbolic interpretations. Analysts commented on the broader trend of celebrities commenting on each other's personal lives, noting that these interactions reflect shifting norms in fame, influence, and public discourse. Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Minaj each navigate this environment differently, illustrating the diverse strategies artists use to maintain control, visibility, and cultural relevance. Interestingly, the conversation also sparked discussion about gender, power, and representation in entertainment. Beyoncé's position as a global icon navigating a high-profile personal revelation intersected with Minaj's status as a bold, outspoken female artist. Fans and commentators highlighted how women in music often operate under heightened scrutiny, where reactions and commentary carry amplified consequences. Minaj's visibility and humor, juxtaposed with Beyoncé's strategic narrative control, created a rich case study in modern celebrity dynamics. The symbolism of Minaj's reaction extended further. Some interpreted her laughter as a reflection on celebrity culture itself, the absurdity of public obsession with personal lives, the speed of viral narratives, and the way social media amplifies drama. In this sense, her reaction wasn't merely entertainment, it was meta-commentary, illustrating how narratives about fame, influence, and public perception unfold in the digital age. At the same time, fans continued creating content at an unprecedented pace. TikTok compilations, Instagram Reels, and Twitter threads all explored the situation from different angles, analyzing social media behavior, highlighting historical context, and projecting potential future developments. Even if these interpretations were speculative, they demonstrated the power of narrative and perception in shaping global discourse about celebrity culture. Industry experts pointed out that moments like these also affect business strategy. Beyoncé's brand, image, and influence are tightly curated, and public commentary, even humorous reactions from peers, can impact engagement, collaboration opportunities, and fan perception. For Minaj, the visibility of her reaction reinforces her own persona as a fearless, outspoken artist, capable of steering conversations and maintaining relevance in a crowded cultural landscape. Cultural analysts also highlighted the meta-narrative of the event, the intersection of personal revelation, peer commentary, and fan engagement. The combination of Beyoncé's announcement, Minaj's reaction, and Jay-Z's measured approach created a multi-layered story that blends narrative control, public perception, and social media dynamics. This layered structure ensures that the story resonates on multiple levels, from personal drama to industry strategy to cultural commentary. By the end of the week, the story had solidified its place as one of the most talked about events in entertainment. Fans continued debating intentions, meanings, and implications, while media outlets covered the narrative with in-depth analysis and commentary. The digital ecosystem amplified every facet. Reactions, symbolism, and speculation merged to create a cultural phenomenon that reflected the interconnectedness of celebrity, influence, and audience engagement in the 21st century. The episode also underscored how narratives evolve in real time. Beyoncé's personal revelation, Minaj's public laughter, and Jay-Z's strategic silence combined to form a story that transcended the original announcement. It became a discussion about culture, media, and power, how personal moments in celebrity life can catalyze global conversation, influence fan engagement, and even shape the broader music industry. Finally, this story illustrates a central truth about modern fame. Influence, visibility, and narrative control are inseparable. Beyoncé's mastery of her public image, Jay-Z's strategic restraint, and Minaj's fearless commentary all demonstrate different approaches to navigating public perception. Fans, media, and cultural commentators will continue to analyze, speculate, and debate every nuance, ensuring that the story remains relevant, engaging, and culturally significant for weeks, months, or even years to come. As the weeks went on, the ripple effects of Nicki Minaj's reaction to Beyoncé's divorce revelation continued to dominate social media, entertainment news, and fan discussions. The story had grown far beyond the initial announcement, evolving into a cultural phenomenon where public reactions, speculation, and symbolic interpretations blended into a single narrative. Every tweet, TikTok video, Instagram story, and YouTube reaction became a piece of a much larger puzzle that audiences were eager to follow. Fans remained captivated, dissecting every nuance. Minaj's laughter, once viewed as playful or humorous, was now analyzed for tone, timing, and intent. Some speculated that her reaction represented solidarity with Beyoncé, while others suggested it was a playful jab at Jay-Z. The debate fueled a broader conversation about peer commentary and celebrity culture. How influential artists react to each other's personal lives can shape public perception, influence narratives, and even impact the cultural conversation for weeks. Media coverage expanded on this narrative, framing Minaj's reaction as a reflection of modern celebrity dynamics. Analysts highlighted the symbolic weight of the moment. Beyoncé, a global icon with immense cultural influence, reveals a personal development. Minaj, another powerhouse, responds publicly, and Jay-Z, known for his measured persona, remains largely silent. This juxtaposition illustrates how different approaches to public engagement affect perception, influence, and fan interpretation. Beyond speculation, the story revealed deeper truths about the entertainment industry. Beyoncé's ability to maintain control over her narrative demonstrates her strategic mastery, while Minaj's public commentary shows the power of engagement and visibility in shaping cultural moments. Fans observed how the dynamics of humor, symbolism, and timing could amplify a story beyond its literal meaning, creating a cultural dialogue that transcends the initial event. Fan engagement reached new heights. TikTok creators edited reaction compilations, Instagram Reels highlighted the drama, and YouTube channels produced detailed breakdowns of body language, past interactions, and industry context. Memes, theory videos, and opinion threads proliferated, reflecting the global fascination with celebrity influence and media perception. Even if interpretations were speculative, they demonstrated the power of narrative, virality, and cultural discourse in shaping public interest. Interestingly, this story also sparked discussions about gender, power, and representation in music. Beyoncé, Minaj, and Jay-Z each operate in spaces of influence where visibility and perception are constantly monitored. Beyoncé's public revelation highlighted autonomy and agency, Minaj's reaction demonstrated bold visibility, and Jay-Z's strategic silence underscored measured control. Together, these responses provided a case study in how modern artists balance personal privacy, public perception, and industry influence. As the conversation evolved, cultural analysts emphasized the symbolic dimension of this moment. Minaj's laughter was not simply entertainment, it was a meta-commentary on celebrity culture, social media virality, and the way audiences interpret personal revelations. Beyoncé's announcement, combined with Minaj's reaction, illustrated how personal and public narratives intersect, creating complex stories that engage fans on multiple levels: emotional, analytical, and social. At the same time, the story reinforced the realities of fame in the digital age. Every action, post, or reaction is scrutinized, dissected, and amplified. Beyoncé's ability to maintain control, Minaj's willingness to react publicly, and Jay-Z's strategic silence all reflect different approaches to navigating this ecosystem. Fans and media alike continue to debate motivations, implications, and future developments, ensuring that the story remains alive and culturally relevant. Moreover, the episode highlighted how narratives evolve over time. What began as a personal revelation became a global discussion about power, influence, and visibility in entertainment. Fan theories, media analysis, and viral content collectively transformed the story into a cultural dialogue that extends far beyond the original event. The combination of humor, drama, speculation, and symbolism demonstrates the intricate interplay between celebrity, audience, and media in shaping modern entertainment narratives. By the conclusion of this chapter, several truths stand out. Beyoncé's agency and mastery over her public image remain unchallenged. Nicki Minaj's commentary showcases the influence and visibility of bold, outspoken artists in shaping cultural conversations. Jay-Z's measured approach reinforces the value of narrative control, restraint, and strategic positioning. Together, these elements illustrate a nuanced ecosystem of fame, perception, and influence that continues to captivate audiences worldwide. Ultimately, this story serves as a lesson in modern celebrity dynamics. Visibility, engagement, and narrative control are inseparable from influence. Whether through a public revelation, a viral reaction, or strategic silence, the ways artists navigate these dynamics determine not only public perception, but cultural impact. Fans, media, and industry observers will continue to watch, analyze, and speculate, keeping the conversation alive long after the headlines fade. In the digital age, stories like this are never truly over. Every reaction, meme, and analysis contributes to an evolving narrative. Beyoncé's divorce announcement, Nicki Minaj's public laughter, and Jay-Z's restrained response together form a story that transcends personal drama, offering insight into the mechanics of fame, influence, and cultural storytelling in the 21st century. The legacy of this moment is clear. In the world of global entertainment, influence is measured not only by talent, but by the ability to navigate public perception, media narratives, and cultural conversations. Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Nicki Minaj exemplify these dynamics, demonstrating that the interplay between personal life, public reaction, and cultural narrative is as fascinating as any music or performance. Fans remain captivated, analysts continue to dissect every move, and the story will remain a touchstone for understanding modern celebrity culture for years to come. This story isn't just drama, it's a deep dive into celebrity influence, strategy, and culture. Beyoncé drops a shocking divorce revelation, Nicki Minaj reacts boldly, and Jay-Z remains strategically silent. Every reaction, every post, and every subtle cue has fans talking, and now it's your turn to join the conversation. What do you think is really happening behind the scenes? Was Nicki Minaj laughing at Jay-Z, at the drama, or making a bigger cultural statement? Could Beyoncé's next moves be influenced by all this attention? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want your theories, reactions, and takes. If you want more deep dives into celebrity news, shocking revelations, and insider analysis, hit the like button. Every like helps the video reach more fans who want the full story, not just headlines. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss updates about Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Nicki Minaj, or other major entertainment stories. Share this video with friends who love celebrity news, tag someone who follows pop culture closely, and join the discussion. In today's entertainment world, every move counts and your voice matters too. Remember, the story doesn't end here. Comment, like, share, and stay tuned. The drama, speculation, and analysis are only getting started.